me personally, like, being involved in this community has given me so much. Just having this sense of community where you're known, you walk into these spaces, people know who you are, they are happy to see you, you know, you have just kind of this feeling of support.
Oh, say, can you see why some of us don't want to be singing this song no more? When fist over our head are replacing hand over heart in an effort to claim justice, peace, and love for the people, when taking a knee speaks louder than standing up on a football field. We are moving the needle of history for the record of this country.
People came out en masse. We also had just a ton of students. I think we're starting to grow where like students are learning about the B-Series and they're getting excited about it. We've even heard that some students learned about the B-Series and decided to come to Columbia College because of it. And then the community is starting to get really hyped when there's a Columbia Jam.
Here it is now. Hey, check it out.
The really important aspects of the B-Series is about recognizing the local histories here in Chicago and also nationwide, but lifting up those pioneers and innovators and folks that have been building the community, giving those folks a platform to educate, to share, to express, and have folks, the students and the public, really know and understand more about the community and the history. Students learn about the history, culture, and basic foundation. They get to physicalize the practice. About halfway through the semester, they attend the B-Series, where they get to experience the culture, how it's lived out in the community. They often volunteer for it, sometimes get to perform, and then at the end of the semester, they create their own jam.
Even though movement is the best manifestation of what we're feeling, we still have to have conversations from time to time to know where we're coming from, how we delve into what it means for us.
For a lot of people, hip-hop was the only thing they had. It was their freedom, it was their life. It was the only thing that gave them value and a sense of self-worth.
So I believe that when we go out there, we are demonstrating an act of freedom.
As a community organizer, I really understand the importance of relationship building and trust building, and it's important to recognize that that does not happen overnight. The B-Series has really been a vital part of that process of building the relationships and trust building in the community. It's a way to document and tell the story of Chicago hip-hop. I am 2 weeks out from an ACL repair on my right knee. This is actually the second ACL repair that I've had on my right knee and the third overall. I tore this ACL on my right knee in 2010, and then in 2014 I tore my left ACL, and then last summer I just tore my right for the second time. So I actually had to have 2 surgeries, one in July where they repaired the bone from the previous surgery in 2014, and then so I was recovering from that through the semester, and then I just finally got the new ACL. So I'm really happy about that. It's going to be a long, 6 to 9 months of rehab, but I know that I'm like on my way to being back to 100%, which I'm really excited about. Well, honestly, the knees were kind of like freak accidents. The first one, when it happened, I had never had any problems with my knees, and I still to this day will say I don't have any problems with my knees, which might sound crazy. I would not be dancing had I not had those surgeries. And then I've dealt with a lot of Achilles tendonitis that has been, plaguing kind of my dance career. But at this point in my life, I'm really not interested in telling this kind of like sob story that like, oh, I've had all these injuries and surgeries. I just want to focus on my well-being and the fact that I have like a lot of ability to keep dancing forever, and that's my goal and that's my focus. Being here brings back a lot of memories because I got married here in 2008. It was a beautiful, amazing wedding. And yeah, the venue, I feel like it wasn't just picking a regular, any old venue. It was like, we went to a lot of places, and when we walked in this place, we were like, wow, it's very artsy, which matched us, and it has kind of an urban, rustic feel as well, which was matching, our spirit and energy, what we wanted to have for the wedding. And it's beautiful and classy at the same time. It's kind of got that whole mix. So, but yeah, I didn't intentionally wear this. I was actually realizing it matched my outfit, and as I was going out the door, I realized this was the jacket that my ex-husband had made for our wedding. So we changed after I had the dress on. We both had matching Adidas jackets that were white and gold, all white outfit. This is my maiden name. This is his last name. And this is the date that we got married. So, and my name's on the back of it. But yeah, he actually passed away in 2014, like a year, it's been about 2 years. Yeah, so, it's kind of nice to be here though. It brings back special memories. Yeah. William passed away after we had already divorced, and, some people would be like, an ex-husband, maybe you weren't that sad, maybe, you weren't that connected, but this was a huge loss for me. When he died, it really shook my world. One of the things I think that has been really healing for me in that process is to remember and acknowledge how much his life as a dancer paved the path for me to have a career in dance. He came to every performance I ever had. He was always like screaming in the audience, and despite that he was like kind of touring with this world-class dance company, and all of my dancing was like in the underground street dance community. I owe a lot to what I'm doing today to him and that relationship.
Should be easy, but I'm not some kiss. That it don't matter when your son done miss about some fun pissed. I'm a dumb young fist. Wish I could take it, but my tongue home hiss. Do not know, but why it does what it does. I just know I love it, cause it brings me back to the fucking rubbish it does. Whether they be taking me or punishing us. Just a couple of us don't really like it when you took another trouble to us. You get one shot, no one here would double it up. Know where you're from, not quick, so solid to trust. Now you bubble it up, but it don't work that way, rubble the dust. So I guess that I might have another heart of the burn.
When I talk about the community being a huge support, I have to mention my crew, which, being a part of the underground street dance community is, part of the culture is being a part of a crew. Anyway, I'm a part of Venus Fly, which has been around since 2005. I've been a member since I think it was like the end of 2006, which was started by a woman named Pringles. And she started the crew basically as a way to kind of bring together women in the scene. Our experiences often as women in the scene is kind of like, it's marginalized in a lot of ways. It's a male-dominated community. There was a period of time when a lot of us were in cities where we were the only female in our small kind of cities. This is when I was living in Dayton, Ohio. And a lot of folks were experiencing just some ill stuff in their crews, being kind of like, new girls being brought in and you kick out another girl because we just need one token female in the crew. And there's also the experience of getting, there's this thing where guys say, I want to train you, which was really just a keyword for I want to. So a lot, especially young women, when they come into the scene, this was true for all of us, like in our younger years, is that, you want to be appreciated as a dancer and somebody who is invested and interested in growing and training. Guys just are interested in kind of exploiting you. So being able to come together with my crew, just build and get inspired by one another, it's a huge kind of aspect of support. members were judging. Eva Lynn, she's a beast. Locking is one of the styles she does. She's also a B-girl. This is Pandora, originally from LA. She now lives in Vegas. She does a lot of theater performance now. B-girl Tina Marie. She is another academic. She is also a hip-hop dance theater artist, so she makes a lot of work for the concert stage. That's my niece. Cool. When I was pregnant, it was actually my first semester here at Columbia College, my first semester teaching, and I was pregnant through the whole semester, and then I wound up losing my son in my 6th month of pregnancy towards the end of the semester. He was born premature and didn't make it in the When you're going through such deep losses like this, you know, you feel like an outsider even in those spaces where people love you. But a week later, I was back in rehearsals because I had been choreographing a piece on the students, and you know, it was just kind of automatic pilot. I'm like, I gotta go back to work. So came back here, but I, thank God, had the support of people in the community and close friends, and one of them was Brave Monk, and I remember that he came to one of my first rehearsals back just as a support to kind of sit there and help me clean the piece, because I just remember sitting there like, okay, I know I have to be there and I have to get this done, but I just needed another body there to just, you know, it was really emotional support, but somebody who also knows the craft and the culture and what I'm trying to do to support it, and that was just, I can't even say how helpful and amazing that was. Keep dancing forever.